You're listening to
Hoxton FM.
Alright, I love this new angle so much I might just do the whole show with it. What do you think? I've got Normski in the building. Just finishing our pizzas, so let this one play. Adam Collins, it's number 146 of 150, so very limited, very limited.
So that last one was Adam Collins and Gulp, and the track is called, I'm going to guess, Behind the Shadow. I think this one, yeah, okay. So Travelling in Disguise is the EP, and I think the label is called SVR or SR. I'm going to hold the record up to the camera. You can make your own mind up on that one. And this one is X.L.F and Random Voices. The track's called 222. I bought this off his Bandcamp. You should definitely go and check him out. It's X.L.F. A friend we made. He came over from China. He was on a show back at the Hackney Wick studio, and he just reconnected recently, and he did it through Bandcamp, so I bought some of his tunes. This one is Twister by Spincycle. And that's right, you can get it on Bandcamp as well. You can get it from Mint Condition Records London.bandcamp.com. I'll tell you what, I love Bandcamp. It's a great place to buy digital music. It's the best place to buy digital music. And if you want to check out my Bandcamp, it's danformless.bandcamp.com. And soon it might be the only place you can buy digital music. That's a bit of an in-joke for Paul, who's moderating the chat on Twitch right now. So this one is by Rotty. It's called Wide Open. He's my new favourite artist. So this one is also by Rotty. It's called Full Speed Ahead. And I'm very pleased to say it's one of 3 tracks that I'm going to be releasing on Saboteurs Sanctuary by him. Told you he's my favourite new artist. My new favourite artist. So this one is Certain Things, again by Rotty. It's on FREELIFE music. I said to him he needs to come down and be a guest on one of my shows. He said this thing that I found it really refreshing. He said, I don't actually DJ. A producer who doesn't DJ. I mean, in London now, there's more DJs than people. So we're going to get Normski on in a minute. We're going to have a little bit of a chat, and then he's going to have a mix, and then we'll probably have another chat, or we'll just chat all the way through the mix. I don't know. See how he feels. I might be reaching my camera peak. I've plugged this new camera in and it's it's not quite behaving exactly the way it should, and now the other ones are kind of messing around. I will persevere. So we were all going on in the chat last week about Maetrik, and this one is the Brian Aneurysm remix of Dissin the Scene by Maetrik. I think it's a vinyl rip. I say that because I'm looking at the CDJs and mixing in and I'm like, wow, like it's not what it says it is speed-wise. I'm listening to my ears, mixing in correct, but it's about 2 BPM different to what it says. Which is fine. I can drive manual, I can drive automatic, I can do whatever. I should probably have played a few more records, but yeah, it's Digi this week. I started with that Adam Collins, that's enough. It's definitely a vinyl rip. I can guarantee that. I tried to put it on a loop, a nice little loop on the breakdown, have it nice and beautiful for the bed track for Normski. No, not happening. So, Mr. Normski, please come into one of the camera shots.
Excuse me. Yeah, I know. Hey, nice to see you, Dan. It's nice to be in your studio.
I'm so pleased you could make it.
It does feel a little bit like surveillance in there, though, bro. Honestly, I keep seeing my face popping up on various monitors from different angles. I don't know where. You've done a great job, though.
I've been messing around in the studio. In fact, I even set up a set of camera angles just for us having a chat. So can you just tell us what you've been up to? You've got loads of amazing news. So just on the positive tip, tell us like all the amazing stuff that's happening for you at the moment.
Well, wow. I suppose I should really work in reverse from today backwards, because I've been really ridiculously sort of busy with a few things for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I can't really remember the last time we really sort of stopped for long enough to have a proper chat. Although I remember I came back over a while ago. But yeah, I mean, today, I think on a positive one, as you saw me just now in the background, I wasn't really watching the feed on Twitch. Well, I started watching the feed just because I heard you having a little bit of camera fighting going on. But yeah, I was also looking at some words because I interviewed a photographer last week for Mixmag.
Right.
So, and I currently am just trying to just edit it down a little bit because it's a really long piece.
Right.
So that's a really big deal, and I normally wouldn't talk about things until they were in their fruition and actually happening.
I'm going to ask you to speak a bit louder on the mic because...
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Let me just...
1, 2.
Yeah, that's perfect.
1, 2.
That's perfect.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's kind of what's happening right now. I mean, there's lots of things bubbling, which I don't really think I should really try and go into because the bubbles might pop.
Okay, in joke there.
I'm always, I wanted to try and make some jokes because it's not very funny times at the moment, is it? So And I've been quite serious with what I'm trying to get together and what I'm doing. And I realised, especially coming to do this, that, you know, and I put it on the thing, you know, big boys banter, you know, something that, let's say 7 years ago on an average, I think it's about 7 years ago when we were at the station. And you know, mad, laughing out loud and being like that. I do it sometimes and everyone goes, can you be quiet? Like, what, man, can't laugh anymore. So
you've got to stop doing it in the library though. That's the thing.
Well, you know, actually it's not a bad place. Funny you should mention that. I was in the library. It was last year. It was last year because it was an emo exhibition.
Yeah.
That was at the Barbican Music Library. I don't know if people realise that the library at the Barbican is a music library.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that, right? Everyone out there, you need to get yourself together. Go down to Barbican Music Library. It is a library of music, the history of music, every single, 78 records. It's got everything,
right?
You know, like a library would have, but it's all music based and it's historical and, you know, from all different genres. Anyway, the reason why I was in there was because Museum of Youth Culture, which, you know, I'm ambassador for, they had an exhibition which was their emo exhibition that has only just closed. That was extended because it was so popular, the emo generation, and we were all in there for the opening night.
Nice.
Well, of course, we're in the library, aren't we? And then the other part of the Barbican is the main, arena.
Yeah.
The hall, the concert halls and all that stuff. It's,
yeah.
You know, it's quite a serious gap. And they had apparently a big opera event happening on that particular night on the other side of the building.
Yeah.
But we're all over here, and trust me, there was only a handful of emos that have grown up a bit to come and re-celebrate.
Yeah.
And we're all in there. They've got a DJ in there doing an emo set, whatever that is. It's like, you know, breakcore, you name the music, jungle drum, everything really noisy. And we're all in there screaming at the top of our voices in a library.
Wow.
We were screaming, we had the music banging. And it was one of the best times of my entire life. It was the first time I'd ever gone into a library. And there's an old couple actually that I believe they've been there since it opened. They're really lovely people. There was a lovely lady in there and a guy and another guy. They were running and they stood back. They obviously let us do what we were doing.
Yeah.
And they were smiling because they were smiling because they saw young people making as much noise as they could. And they were so happy because this is the only library in England that you can be noisy in because it's a music library.
I went to see, who is it? Doppler Effect. Is it Doppler Effect? It was Gerald Donald, one half of Drexciya, performing with his wife admittedly in the foyer of the British Library.
Nice.
That was pretty mental.
Well, you know.
And they are playing again for the Big Bang, which is at Earth on I think it's the 1st of March, so it's coming up. I'm going to double check that, but that is an insane lineup. Juan Atkins, like all kinds of like amazing artists. So shout out to Alien Communications for putting on that party.
Wicked.
It's like
one of the
amazing.
One of the things I'm going to add to that is that why I was really particularly happy about making all that noise in that library was really towards the end of last year, really. Is because I believe that for the last 2 or 3 years I've been really, really quiet. I say 2 or 3 years, it's the third year now, 2025. I put my book out in 2023, Normski, Man with the Golden Shutter.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm being quiet. I mean, I haven't really been overindulging in music and clubbing and going out and screaming in libraries and screaming on the streets and wherever. I've had to kind of conduct myself and, I've become an author. So I had loads of interviews. I mean, it came out in 2023, in September 2023, and I've probably done more interviews from September 2023 to summer of 2024, just last year, than I've done in my entire life. And I've done hundreds of interviews. I'm exaggerating, I didn't do that many, but I was doing a lot of talking to promote the book and just going into different areas, and you're kind of growing up a lot, really. And kind of revisiting all my archive, which is obviously in this current time we're in the world, is that it's look back central, isn't it? It's look back central. Everyone is going on and on about the time when they were young. For me it was the 80s, for others it's the 90s, but there's something going on, and that's what I think happens, isn't it? You look at your period, you know, the clothing, the music, the inspirations and all that stuff. Obviously, anyone who was born only 20 years ago, since the year 2000, has no idea what was going on in the 80s and probably doesn't even care that much because it's not their stuff, it's not their time. They'll be celebrating the last 20 years, I suppose, when they're 40 pluses, do you know what I mean? Which is in another 10, 15, 20 years now, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy because your photography is incredible.
Thank you.
But what I'm finding is that people's attention spans are so short now.
Yeah.
That like I was being sent these videos, like 360 videos today, and someone was saying, "Aren't these amazing?" I was like, "No, they're not. They're rubbish. I've done way better stuff than that." Like, sorry, but it's true. And they were like, "Yeah, but like it's doing this move," and I'm like, "It's too far away. It's not good." And then I went to go and get like examples of what I've done. I'm like, oh, they're in the middle of a 7-minute video.
Yeah.
No one's going to pay any attention to it. And it's that thing of like, people want instant gratification. And I think ironically, your photos give instant gratification. There's something there, like it hits you and it's straight away. And it's almost like now is the time to really hit people with all these incredible photos that you have. And I know you've got the first book out. I'll get my copy now.
Because you were there, weren't you, at one of the events?
With my favourite picture is on. Put it on this.
One of the cameras.
That's my favourite picture.
Flavor
I've actually
Flav.
got that framed in
the toilet.
Yeah.
I like the way you can say in the bathroom, but it's in the toilet, isn't
so
it?
It's when you're standing.
It's flavour looking at you, you'll pitch yourself.
But this book is amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
I'm very proud of it.
I'm very proud I know you now that I've got this copy of my book and I can show people this is what Normski's all about. And I think that's the thing. It's a body of work. It's volume 1, right? I mean, there's you've got a lot of other photos. You've got a lot of
yeah. I mean, it's a difficult area that with volume 1. It is the first book. There are a lot of photographs. I think because of the nature of that particular book, when I had original ideas about doing, volume 2. And then I looked at what I hadn't done and what hadn't gotten into the book, and I thought about what I would do for a second version of it. It's kind of like the director's cut, you could say, if I did that.
Right.
But then I suddenly thought, well, hang on, I'm just going to do another book.
Yeah.
Rather than it having to be part of a box set of something, because there is actually a lot more to me than this archive, you see, and that's kind of, that's a very big part of my life. There's no denying it. But is that all? My life, is that it? Is it just going to be am I going to rotate around all of that, or am I going to also be able to do some of the other things which I've been doing, like for example doing an interview with somebody who's got nothing to do with this particular area, but he's got something to do with a bit of it. So I'm thinking about how I can expand on that, not try and do a better one than this, because there's no way I can better this book. This book is like it's just too solid. I think it would be a thing of where you'd be like, I preferred the first one, so I don't want to.
Right.
I'm not going to get
that.
It's
not the sequel.
No, it's not a sequel. I don't do no sequels. Yeah,
and
we're going to go back to the.
You've got a lot of different. How do I put it? I don't want to say skills. You've just got a lot of different facets.
Yeah.
And I think the interviews.
I think, but even with the photography, I've started to do that in the last, I think, few months really. And I run it up a little bit because that's another area that I'd like to just put that into the conversation now, like how people see you, where they can see you, that short attention span thing where not many people regularly go to exhibitions. They like, wow, I haven't been to this gallery before, I haven't been to this museum. Where have you been? That's normal behaviour for people like us. Like normal, all my information would be going somewhere and finding out about stuff. But as it happens, we're in a new world where people sit still. Yeah. And so I've got to push my stuff into their social network. I'll push my stuff into their face. And so in a way, it's kind of like, for me, I have to, exploit that and use it. And one of the things is, while everyone's been shouting about all this book stuff and all that stuff, which is then showing people that didn't realise I even did photography, because I've been around a minute, but that was my first love, my first thing that got me into the music industry. So that's a great thing to have their attention. And while I've got their attention, I'm now like, so the other day, I obviously heard his name, but I didn't realise what it was that was going on. And so I put a picture of Luther Vandross up. And then it turns out that there's amazing documentary about him on Netflix.
Yeah.
That everyone's watching and talking about. And a lot of people that were there when he was a big star will know how incredible an artist he is. And there's a lot of people wondering who this guy is. So that again is looking back at that time of soul and funk and all that. So it's very important for me to, it's like, you know, so Smiley Culture. So the other day they've put a plaque up to, you know, celebrate his life and his contribution, a blue plaque, you know. And so I was like, at the same time, I put a portrait up of Smiley Culture that I've never shown anyone before. There's a version of it, but this is a really tight one.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I nearly put Tina Turner up the other day, but I did that the other week when I did a talk talking about stuff I've done recently. So I was invited also last year to be a speaker at an event called The Future is Sound. And it's kind of like, you know, it's a really, funny enough, Sabb was there. He was at the thing, and this is like a kind of sound, how sound is, we utilise sound in our creativity, in our lives, on the well-being level. The whole thing is, and it's a whole community of people, enough to nearly fill Alexandra Palace Theatre. It was rammed.
Wow.
And what I did was I put a presentation together of my journey through my photographs. And so it starts off with my early photographs, and it's a 15-minute talk I had to do. So I basically cut together a 15-minute show reel of stills. You know, I grabbed an app, did the free membership for the first 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Sucked everything out of it, and then bashed the app, chucked that in the dustbin.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not paying for nothing, because there's this bit of teeth out there. Anyway, I utilised the internet, and I made use of this thing, not in a panic, because I don't have Adobe, you know, Final Cut and all that stuff. I know everyone thinks, why not? You should.
Because it's a monthly fee. It's
no,
crazy.
because just get an editor to edit your stuff. Why has everyone got to do everything themselves?
Yeah,
I've been doing everything myself for ages. It's taken me ages to do so because I always do it on my own.
Yeah.
I team up with really good publishers. Boom!
Yeah.
It took me 30 years to get a book out, and suddenly it's done. So
how did they tame you?
No one tamed no one, brother. Let me tell you about...
no,
stop now. Let me tell you about Future Sound, yeah? Because I stood on that stage and I spoke about my work and my journey through photography. And then when the pictures of Miles Davis drop in the talk, when the pictures of Tina Turner drops, when the picture of Prince drops, and then I relate that to how the times of people going to live gigs seems to have changed. Because now, and then I switch it and I've got a picture of Enzo. And he's at Fuse, you don't even know, twisting up the buttons, and it's all blurry, and we're in Village Underground, it's a big one.
Yeah.
And I goes, now the DJ is like the rock star. So the way I did that talk was next level. So I just showed how the music industry has changed, how people receive music, even though live music has actually come back round again.
Finally.
It's a big thing, because you made a joke about it before, but I'm like, bro, please, world, can we kind of get some people that just want to go out and just dance and don't want to be a DJ or a producer? Please, can we get the crowd back? Because everyone is just this creative artist.
Yeah.
And so I quite like the idea of people kind of, you know, getting, not just wanting to be a DJ producer or electronic music artist, but actually are writing songs, creating bands, and going out to places and playing live, even if it's only a small place on the corner, because that's what we need in this world. We need to, they call it IRL, in real life.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just call it, we need things to be involved with, and again, like my point of view is to document, to cover stuff, or to be part of it, reporting it, and or even be the warm-up DJ at a big gig, or the after party. You know, there's all these great places, because I think that when you're in a room with people, that is the most powerful we are. You know, I think whether it's a football match, you know, it's a big thing. If it's a march, or it's a carnival, or it's a nightclub. You know, I'm not a big, let me go to an arena and feel like I'm acting like I'm at a football stadium, but I'm actually dancing to music. That's not really me. I'm a bit more intimate. I haven't been a big fan of the festival raves. I'm still into small rooms of less people.
Yeah, intimate for sure.
I think that works for me. But I think that's because I got that from a live music background. But then talking about how did we as a team, as I didn't get tamed, I got teamed. Yeah, I'll tell you how they teamed me.
Because you were telling me as you were putting it together, they're asking me for this, they're asking me for that. And obviously, like, my uncle's an author, and when he got his big deal with Penguin, he said they pushed him. They kind of challenged him to raise his game and to really like come to conclusions in things.
Oh, okay. You used the tame word, but I felt like
Yeah, I know.
I felt like
I'm just triggering.
I know. Nice bit of journalism.
But
we're friends.
Pushing you to raise your game.
Yeah, I'll tell you what they did.
And obviously they came in and they did the you had to prepare the photos, but then you were able to give them to them. And
yeah, I mean, let me tell you, I'll try and keep it short because it's quite a big story. But ultimately, to answer that question, and in all due respect, if it wasn't for James, who's the main man, James Smith, the main man at ACC Art Books, who published the book, and to be fair, if it wasn't for John Swindell, who's the head of Museum of Youth Culture, I would never have met James because he's a friend of their friends. And John said to me, Norm, I think I might have found someone that might be the right person for your book. And it turned out that James was, because when you go to ACC Art Books sort of a catalogue of work, they do a lot of music books. They do a lot of art books, hence the name Art Books.
Yeah.
And they're very much more about getting the art, whoever the artist is or whatever, they really want you to. So I was given a free rein. And that was because my work was strong enough. When it came to putting the book together, they had suggested, they had an editor that they thought was the perfect guy to edit the book that works for their company. That's Andrew Whitaker. If it wasn't for Andrew, there would have been, I wouldn't have been able to get it together as tightly and as professionally as it does.
It looks incredible.
Because we would have non-stop. So then the designer, Mariona, she's based out in Miami. So we did everything by remote, not unlike all the music people. Man's got the, I call it the bits, stems, but I prefer the bits. Show me the bits, send some stems, but send some bits. Anyway, that's the same kind of vibe. We had the visual stuff. Mariona did a load of layout stuff in her style. I saw it and I went, yeah, I like that. Then also she's a photographer who does book design on the side as well. So she understood, getting the best out of the images. Andrew is like old school, really cool guy. Kind of lives out on the coast with his wife and his kid. Outside of the madness, so he can be, he can be organised and see it from. Very difficult to separate yourself from your music. You know what I'm talking about. You've got to kind of get someone you trust to tell you, bro, that is shit. That ain't gonna work there. He never used that word with me, but when we had conversations, I was realising, do you know what? Okay, I get that. Then I learnt about things like the beat and the pace of the book, and that I got from Mariona. I was gonna just mash it, which I've done. Then I wanted to get more in, and she went, Norm. She did one time when one of our 2-hour. I mean, I was having 4-hour Zooms with people, bruv.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean? Or transatlantic time. You wonder why I've been quiet. So I'm knackered. You know what I mean? It really did exhaust me doing it because it was a kind of really big deal to do. It wasn't like I sat in a room with some mates and whacked it out quickly and came out. And that's probably why it's so solid, because I was working with a top professional team. And she said about, when I said to her, well, I've got to get that picture in there, I've got to have that. And this is, I kind of want a lot more on that page. And she went, okay, Norm, I know where you're coming from, but I'm telling you, like, your book, every page is a banger, boom, 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 and people need to stop. You need to give them a breathing space. So I understood about the yin and yang, about white space. I didn't want much white space, so I insisted on having black space.
Nice.
Because, and getting the balance right, most of the yin and yang thing, hence you see the covers black and white, there's a kind of balance for it. But she showed me about leaving space, so people could just soak up what they'd seen. And then the other thing I wanted was to have some multi-page pictures, and I got a few in there. So there was a bit of tug of war going on like that as well. But again, I kind of went through their eyes. I saw their track records, and I thought, I've not done that A-book before. They've done loads.
You trust them because
I had to
you
trust
see,
someone, man, because I've spent all these last 30 years not trusting nobody.
But you've been saying no to a lot of people who've approached you about doing
because they talk crap, and you look at what they've done, and you just think, nah, I could do it better than myself. And then I think, I can't do it myself because I can't afford it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot like that. And that was really, really a big learning curve for how I view everything in life, which is just less is more. Because when she's dropped a line, and I've worked in editorial, I've worked with magazines, I've done a lot of stuff of sending my pictures over the years to places, doing shoots for people, not even seeing the pictures, doing shoots for people. They picked the one that I thought was all right, and it's gone mecca. But the ones, there's a load of pictures no one ever sees. And so I've been edited a lot, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
When she said to me, Norm, listen, I could feel the tension in her when I was trying to get her to do something that she hated doing.
Yeah.
Which was making things look shit. Okay?
Right.
So, and she said to me at one time, I don't know if she said it verbally or she wrote it in one of the kind of conversations we had. Look, Norm, I get where you come from, but you could either make a high quality hardback book, or you could make a high quality hardback magazine.
Ooh.
Boom! I said, I'm not doing magazine, I'm doing book. So I just pulled about 5 pages. Sorry, you're in the bin, you're in the bin. And it was really hard to do.
Yeah.
It was really hard to do. But in the bigger picture of it, I was like, right. And, when I was getting like that and talking to, head publisher about it, I'm a bit like, he whispered to me at one point, because he left me for like 5-6 months at times. We never had a conversation. When I was doing the search and then just getting my stuff together, that took nearly a year before I even got to design mode. And he was like, Norm, take as long as you can over this. Don't rush this, because this is like a really serious thing. You're making a really big book. So, and he really gave me that. And that was really cool. And then I got carried away with that. And then the deadline was coming up, so we had to pick speed up again. But I did say to him, I'm a little bit concerned because there's some bits I want to get in that can't quite get in it. And this really massive responsibility on my shoulders. All these people that have been at the forefront of the scene. A lot of people are going to hate stuff because they're going to be like, why is that not this? Why is that not this? And I just feel really responsible to represent the scene because I ain't seen no UK hip-hop book done ever in the entirety of my entire life that's got photographs in it. Sorry, I'm the first one. It's an old trend now. Everyone's dropping books one by one, but I'm not actually because there are others. Anyway, it was a big deal for me. And he leant to me and he went, you can do a second book. That's right. I was like, oh yeah, I'm trying to cram my whole life into one book. Yeah. So in actual fact, what I will what I will do is in other books coming, I will be able to incorporate some of the images that aren't in this book, but I'll try and bring them in a way that will give them more love. Like I thought about, strictly UK. Yeah. As a thing, because I'm not being funny. How many Americans? I grew up in the world just American TV, American music. We got so much here now. Yeah. And I'm still wondering if we could just try and fly our own flag a little bit. Yeah. I've got another project on flags as well, but we'll get to that in another year. But yeah, so there's a lot of ideas of where editorially certain things will fit better than if you cram them all into one basket.
You've got too many attributes and skills to like cram into one book, and like it's fascinating because when you said about interviews as well, I was thinking, wow, if he did a book of interviews and put his photos around them,
Well, the guy I was talking to last week, he's a very, 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 very talented journalist, young guy, but he's worked for a lot of major people in the States, and he's trained himself into photography. He loves photography as well. He's a photojournalist now. When I was talking to him, I can't remember what the point I was making. It was with regards to the book. Right, that's right.
Interviews.
He is with his project he's working on, which is what I interviewed him about. That's what he does. He does a great shot with these people, and then he does an interview. Yeah. And then I think about, yeah, that's right. That's what you do. Then I think about when I was getting my words together for my book, 272-page hardback book. It's not all pictures. There's quite a lot of writing in it. I could have taken that writing and put more of those pictures in. There's a bit of story there. Then I got a little bit of contribution from other people. It was trying to share. It's not just about me, I, me. Especially as the pictures aren't of me, because there's one picture of me that I shyly put in it, which my son actually recommended to use that one. And then other people go, why didn't you put a proper headshot in there of yourself? I'm sort of, I'm not a selfie boy like everyone else out here has to put themselves first all the time. This is a book of the things I've seen. So, but there are words. And when I showed James in one of our early meetings, he was like, how are you getting on with choosing pictures? And I went, yeah, I'm doing well, So I got my computer out. Says, yeah, like we go to I got some words from Goldie. He goes, what? I go, yeah, I know Goldie well. I just grabbed some words off of him. He said some nice things about the picture, and I showed him the picture, and I pulled the words out, and he went, oh, wow, wicked. Then I pulled out some other words, and then I put some more words, and he just looked at me like, and I was like, what's the problem? And he said, wow. I said, what? He goes, like, normally, no one's ever got the words together. I said, bro, I've been 30 odd years, man. I ain't got time to sit around. Yeah. I've actually got about 200 pages of words. Wow. So there's even that as well. And so in a way, I know people are now actually also coming to me as well, and they always have done. It's quite nice sometimes for someone to write something, and then they come to you and say, can we license that photo? Because that photo tells a story, or that photo is who I've written about. I still like working like that. I still like to be, I like, Jenny just called me up, filmed, and she's like, Norm, we talked about it last year. I need some headshots, I need some photography done. Would you mind doing it for me? I'm like, well, not to now, but I'm in the middle of a show. But yeah, I'm going to get back to that because that's the whole fun in life, isn't it? Doing stuff with other people. Here we are.
we're the right people, right? We've got to be saying no to the wrong people for us, and
Absolutely.
yes to the right people for us. And it's about the timing and having everything lined up. And I mean, yeah, it's just so great to see stuff really like coming together for you.
Thank you.
There's obviously, like I grew up watching you on TV,
That's
asking my mum, why is that guy on TV wearing sunglasses in the studio and she's chopping carrots when she's making dinner? She doesn't even stop chopping carrots, doesn't look at the TV, because he's cool.
She even knows.
Yeah, my mum knows. So,
well, thank
Dance Energy was like a staple for all British kids in the. I'm not even going to say which generation, but basically we all grew up watching that. Fresh Prince. That was all we. That was the same. Which was
Same
before
time.
which?
I always thought I was first, but everyone tells me
I feel
that
like you were
Fresh Prince
first.
was on first, and I was because
Warmed-
I kind of
warmed up for
we
you.
entered into the I don't know.
Anyway,
It might have switched around, but it was a double bill basically.
yeah, it was a double bill, and you were incredible on that
Cheers.
for so many reasons. But I remember like Style Squad
Yeah,
and
that's
things
it.
like that. Just incredible. Like you could do a whole book on Style Squad. You could, there's so
You
many
know,
things.
just-
But getting back to Dance Energy, you have got a Dance Energy show in Manchester this Sunday.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, so what was a no-brainer according to the original promoters, Joe and the guys at AGMP, which it really is actually. But again, when you're doing 3 or 4 different things all the time, including for a while I was DJing quite a lot and all kinds of stuff, it wasn't really wasn't something I wanted to really do. I don't know why. Anyway, we have started doing Dance Energy parties, and the nature of this weekend's one, I'm playing at Band on the Wall in Manchester, which is, I haven't been there, but I know it's like a proper legendary venue up in Manchester, and and they're really looking after us up there. But we're going to be doing a DJ party up there, and it's early as well, which is funny because
I
the
like
show,
day stuff.
everyone
Day
likes
stuff's
a day
great.
thing.
Yeah.
Everyone wants, especially in London, everyone wants to get a blimmin' night bus or a train home, and they've got to work in the morning or whatever. But the daytime disco, also licensing, everyone knows now.
Yeah.
Everything starts at midday and finishes at 10.
Yeah.
But we're doing 4 to 10.
Nice. You did one in London.
Did one in London.
I got sick, so I couldn't come. But my cousin came, and she said it was amazing.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
like
It was crazy. I mean, on that one we were a little bit more organised with regards to getting the bookings right.
Right.
And we had the Ragga Twins perform quick PA, and Rose Windross, which is she was the
Nice.
first singer from Self to Self. She did a nice PA. But generally, what I really loved doing and what was really dropping was just going back to that sound and having people in the room having fun.
The energy in that room was always amazing, and it was always breaking new acts, and it's like
That
just
yeah.
I don't even want to say genres, but it's just like
No,
music that blew your mind.
The show was amazing, and actually, it's funny you say that people that weren't born and didn't know it and all this stuff. Well, actually, it's part of the journey. That TV show, it was part of the journey, especially in the dance music scene, because it was a specialist program about dance music and all the music. And when we say dance music, I don't know if it's a different kind of dance music to today, because dance music in the 90s was anything that you danced to. So we had literally, indie dance bands like, Happy Mondays were on it up in Manchester. Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, man's really should be getting on the phone and getting Bears and them guys to come out on Sunday and bring out the old Zimmer frame or whatever it is they used to walk with now, or maybe just send their kids, because their kids have got it in the DNA. And this is the interesting thing that's happening. You talked about it there. Your mum had it in her DNA. She was so cool. She didn't even move. She's still shopping, because it's cool. Not even watching the telly. That's the answer to the question. Anyone wearing sunglasses indoors is a cool person. So that's obviously something that I've just continued with, because I think about Ray Charles. I think about all them guys in black and white films. They all used to do that stuff.
But the privilege of knowing you and chatting with you and asking you these questions over the years is, you said to me, those studio lights were really bright, and it was all about like the aesthetic of because there's a lot of white floors and stuff, but it was like...
That's true, that's true. But I'm telling you now, and to this day...
You're cool.
There ain't no brother I don't know. Listen, I think one of the biggest consumer products right now, no matter whether you're red, yellow, white, black, or whatever colour you are, is bins. I've never seen so many people wearing glasses that ain't even got any prescription. They just to get those Dior rims on. Oh, you know.
Don't get me started.
We know when it comes talking about style, you know, your face is everything. I mean, I'm not going to start grilling up and putting. I'm not going to do that.
I'm sure Goldie would do you a deal.
No, my teeth. Funny you should mention Goldie. I've got to work with him in a couple of weeks. He just called me up today about something. He's done a brilliant book.
I mean,
he's done a good book. I've got work in it.
Everything he touches turns. Anyway.
Well, let's not go off. Let's not deviate. But what I'm saying though is that stylish style. Dance music comes with an identity. You know, everyone's got a different identity, but it comes with style. Yeah, it's got a look. So on the Dance Energy studio floor, we had everyone. You know, literally pin rolls, all stars. We had the ravers, we had the hip hoppers. You know what I mean? We had house people, we had Vogue dancers. I didn't know what Vogue was back in them times. It wasn't my music. But you never had a thing going, oh, what are they doing? You just looked at everyone and felt everyone going, wow. Yeah. I could just express myself. You know what I mean?
Just excited.
You know, but I'm a little bit like, you know what? You know I want to go. Dan knows I want to go to a rave with like a little extension pole over my head, like them poles you get in Carnival for a flag. I want to get one of those. Then I want to get one of them little punch things. Bruv, can I just ask you to hold the mic while I demo what I'm going to be like in a rave? Because I'm thinking, I might as well work out, innit? So I'm going to go to a rave, and when the beats are dropping, I'm going to be... You get me? Just like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's the dance now. That's how people dance.
As long as they're not shuffling.
Don't. You see, this is another thing, yeah? Talking of shuffling, I might take it back to the shuffle days when I get a little mix on in a minute, because
we got to get you on the mix.
I haven't played for a second, but I feel like having a little bang around.
For sure.
I was thinking about the dancing, because I love dancing. I'm not a very good, brilliant dancer, but I love physical expression, man. I really do love it. I play drums in a band, and I'll stand there and watch anyone who can break dance. I'm like, bro, they're gravitational pull. They just, it's amazing.
Mate, you're lying. You're not.
No, I'm not lying.
Dancer.
It's not about me. I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying my appreciation for dancing and stuff, and it's a deep appreciation, and you know what I mean. And I think it's very important for people to be able to move and to groove. And so when it comes to shuffling, I'm going to be honest with you. That's one of the best dances the UK ever invented, bro. When you see them pop.
Well, they were very excited.
Yeah, but they've got a vibe. They've got identity, and it's like they're dropping and banging to the beat.
It is a shame.
Man's got a new dance now where they're coming up. They've got a lot more African now, and everything's got. But that shuffling thing was just like a kind of like the bop or something, Kind of liked it. And I'm wondering where the shufflers are. We need to get the shufflers back out on the floor, and start shuffling some moves and shuffling the cards.
There's lots of Dutch doing it. There's lots of Dutch doing it. It's kind of spread lots of different places.
That's what happens when you're in the middle of the nest, which is something that I'm not in anymore, you see. I used to be right in the middle like you, playing masters. Man's complaining. Hey! Man's thinking, oh, don't play the master. Don't play the pre-master. I get it. He's like, nah, man, don't play it. We'd rather it if it was master before you play it. Yeah. I hear you, bro. Back in the day, I didn't give a shit. Yeah, I'm playing the track, bro. This is so upfront, it's not even mastered.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah? But I'm actually at that point now where being so far ahead of the crowd, there's only a few people that are up there with you. Everyone's going, yeah. But sometimes it's quite nice to be... So this is the thing where I get a little bit... let's look back at some of the great tracks. Because this music is ridiculous. I mean, since we've been talking, I would say probably about 400 tracks have just been dropped on the digital, man. You never heard... music is coming out every 5 seconds. Ching. And that's a little bit too much for me to handle, I do like the idea of not having enough money to go down Phonica and come out with 100 records. Instead, you come out with 2, and you add 2 to your collection, and you do that, as regular as you can, and you build up slowly. But having I was with my mate last night, and he's got all this download stuff, much love to him, and he's going for about 500 tracks.
I mean, I used to do it back in the day.
It takes like 3 months, that does.
It takes a long time. Well, you go down to ADHD world because you just basically skip through stuff. But speaking of buying a whole load of records, Seth Troxler was in Phonica the other day.
Yep,
buying a whole load of records.
I'm not going to say nothing.
And I remember...
You probably bought about 300, didn't he?
He bought a lot. He had to buy a bag. He had to buy, he bought a bag that's like 300 quid just to put the records that he bought.
Sorry.
Anyway, shout out to him. But I do remember when he was commissioning you to do a talk on your photographs, and you had them all on display at Smoky Tales in Hoxton Square. And he's like a big supporter of people and giving people opportunities, and big shout out to him. I was running down there to give him some extra records.
As you
And
do.
he'd already bought my latest one. And I said, "Oh, you bought this already? Can I give you some more?" He went, "I'll never say no to free records." And
Was that in Fonica?
in Fonica?
I ran into him in Fonica.
When?
and
On
I-
Saturday? On the
No,
Saturday?
a while back. And I
Okay,
went,
okay.
yeah, Seth, I got to give you my book. And he went, no, fuck that, man. I'm buying it.
Yeah. So he bought. Yeah, he's that
From
kind of
Fonica.
guy. Shout out to him. He's that kind of guy, and he'd already bought my record. And I said, "Oh, which side did you play?" Oh no, he said, "Oh yeah, I played that yesterday in Paris."
There
to,
you go.
To 3,000 people.
There
I'm
you
like,
go.
Oh my God, like.
There you
And I'm
go.
like, which side did you play? Of course, he played the X.L.F remix.
It doesn't matter.
But
Yeah, it's
I
the
love
record.
that. I love that track.
I
But
saw X.L.F as well, a guy called Gerald live. Guy called
he's-
Gerald and
he's
Jungle
the
Drummer.
biggest- he's the
Let me just
biggest
pick up my
Gerald fan.
G, yeah, talking about friends and influencers and
Yeah.
good people. Guy called Gerald and Jungle Drummer, yeah. Phew, that jazz cafe sold it out.
Yeah.
First time he's ever done a live gig with a kind of band vibe environment,
Yeah.
in an environment like that. I can believe it after all these years. And it was off the chain,
Yeah.
and it was actually album stuff that a lot of people have never even heard,
Yeah.
like from Black Secret Technology, records that had never been actually even played much. He got them performed live on stage, and anyway, cut that back. And standing in the corner was Alex Seller.
He's the biggest fan.
He's a big fan. And you know what I like about that? Is I like it when you bump. I do that because I'll go, you know me. 1 minute, you don't even know. But I'm in a classical gig, then I'm in a jazz gig. Then I'm in some donk thing thinking that ain't me. Then I'm over here in a deep house, I'm like underground, overground, you know what I mean? I'm everywhere. I try a bit of everything. Just don't tell everyone what I'm up to, whatever. And I do like to see people outside of what you kind of expect of him. You know, you think, he's that kind of electronic producer, that's all he does. And I get it, that, G's an electronic producer, but it's still the idea of seeing people stepping out and just checking things out. And often I don't bump into people from the club world unless I'm in a club.
Yeah.
So, it's been a really nice experience recently meeting people in daylight and actually having conversations with them and realising that I've been seeing someone for, over years and we've never actually had a conversation because it's always been in a slightly,
Gerald is incredible. Alex is the biggest fan of him. Alex tried to go up to him when he played at Fabric fairly recently and said, "What was that track you played?" And Gerald just looked at him and he went, "What do you mean?" He's like, what was that track you played about 10 minutes ago? He goes, "I'm just jamming. I'm just like, it's not a track that I played. I'm just expressing myself with my machines."
I love that.
In this club and he goes, "Are you going to release?" He's like,
No,
"No,
don't do that.
I might never make that."
That's some old-fashioned talk. Are you going to make a record? Are you going to make a book?
Unbelievable. But shout out to Gerald. I remember a quick story I did tell the listeners a couple of weeks ago. When I got these speakers, the reason I got these speakers is because when I came to see you and Gerald play on Soho Radio, and remember Jay Carter was saying to us, you were saying the speakers sound great in here. And she was like, "Oh yeah, so he just got them out of his loft." So I took a note back then, and when I realised I needed speakers, I got these because of that. But I think the reality is, Gerald and you just made the music sound good on those speakers. But,
I appreciate that, but this is another thing. Like they say, you're only as good as you what?
As your last hit.
Oh, is that right? Well, I would like to say that I think that when you drive, if you can drive a car quite well, there is a big difference between driving, an old jalopy that's a bit broken and a brand new car. And I think that, there's certain bits of kit, like I say, if you're playing on a nice tight set and you've got a decent sound, the energy, the circular energy and the ambience and the vibrations are so good that you just naturally play better.
Oh, yeah.
You just naturally play better. There's nothing worse than a farty monitor speaker.
Yeah.
You can't unhear it.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, in fact, if anything, you just can't take it, you turn the damn thing off.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, and that's already altered your whole gig. So, but we come from a time when we used to use CD machines when you have to move the flipping BPM thing, just speed up or slow it down a little bit on it. And I'm talking about the ones where it slid in. We're not talking about no disc turning business here.
Yeah.
So, man's got a cassette.
This still takes discs, but it's very noisy. So.
I'm not going to play a disc, but I'm going to stick that stick in there.
Let's get you on.
Stick that stick in there and have a look, because,
like
I say, I've been doing a lot of different little gigs and that. So last weekend was my last weekend. Yeah, that was actually my second gig last weekend. So I took 2 months out from just after Christmas, mostly because January's dead anyway, and then February, which is was kind of like the beginning of my getting gigs and stuff. So last week I played at Putney Price and the Vault, which is over Putney Bridge. I played there for a year or two nearly.
Oh yeah, that place looks great.
Really good vibe, little underground cavern. Do you know what I mean? By the river, really nice sound in there. Just get away with playing. I basically played funky house, like proper funky house.
Yeah.
Goes down really well when you're in a place with loads of women and loads of men trying to impress them, and they're all getting drunk, and it's a nice vibe. One wants a little bit. And then I went boom underground and dirty, and they really loved that too. But I had to draw it back a bit as well because I get the balance. And then a week before that was my first gig of the year, which was for a guy called Ben Bell, who approached me last year saying that his partner has heard me playing a 90s dance energy set at a place up in Hoxton, and she loved it, and it was his 40th birthday, and would I play at it? And the reason why he was contacting me is because if I didn't remember, he was the sound engineer that was doing the voiceovers when I was doing voiceovers, and he did all the albums for Ministry of Sound's compilation Addicted to Bass. So I vaguely remembered him, and he even sent me, man, people don't know about the voiceovers. 14 albums I think I voiced over in total.
Did they put you in that wind tunnel for that thing as well?
That was another advert they did where we were in the picture, in the video as well. Yeah, it wasn't a tunnel. It was one of them reverse Uber things.
Mate, that
They're
was
really cool,
hilarious.
those things, and their mouth is
Show
ripping
me
around.
that video.
So anyway, I did that party for him. He got this place called the Goodness Brewery in Wood Green. Oh my days, that is a proper big venue. Obviously, it's getting pressure from the building that's coming around. You know what I mean? But it's a brewery. They brew their own beer up there. Obviously, great big warehouse building. He put a sound system in there, some lasers and lights, because obviously he's industry, isn't he? So all his mates are all industry. So his mate was doing the video, brilliant video setup. Another guy did the lighting, mapping everything. And then he got his mate to bring a sound system. It was ridiculous.
Amazing.
So we banged, and Mighty Mo was there as well. We banged out a set there, and so this weekend I go into dance energy mode.
And then have you got other gigs for people who aren't in Manchester?
We haven't got any in place yet, but they're being organised as we speak, because we are just kind of coming in that now, aren't we?
Spring and summer and stuff,
Well, it's not really, though. Let's not talk about the weather. I promise I wouldn't talk about the weather.
Don't be
but
British.
we all know that this is not spring. It's not, isn't it? Which is like the beginning of winter right now.
Exactly.
But it's okay, because we're in England, and England's always been cold.
But so we could talk for hours.
No, we can't.
know we could. But I'd love you to select your first track whilst I just say something to you about. I was trying to shoehorn Seth Troxler into the conversation. I don't know if you noticed.
Well,
I'd love to get you and him down to Imprint Works in King's Cross, and for us to make some T-shirts together. And they've got the great live stream set up, which I've finally tamed for them. And we could just live stream a kind of
listen, you send me an email. Don't do this on the live radio. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm getting you to say yes.
I'm not going to say anything of the sort. How can I say yes to trying to do something with somebody else? He's like one of the... Seth Troxler and Jamie Jones are probably the two busiest DJs on the entire planet. These guys...
He's down for it.
Good for you. I'm glad you said that. Well, great. I'm going to say yes.
Good.
But
there we go.
tying people like Seth and me down at the same time, same place, next time he's in London, let me know. That'll happen. No biggie. In the meantime, let's just stick to Mr. Normski for a change, and let Seth and them big money boys take a break. Let the man them come in and brock out to Chum Pan, Twitch Pan, Hoxton FM, bands like Normski and Dan Formless. Speaking of people that we know, because you're going to do it, the reason why it's important to remember Seth is because we did that already. We did that.
We did live
when there was an exhibition.
We had chats
live from Smoky Tails, Hoxton Square.
Yeah.
We set up. I don't think people realise. I'm just going to big you up now, Dan. That when it comes to live streaming from flipping anywhere, I think you was the first one, okay? And we done some great stuff together. I actually even had a message from the boss, Daryl von Daniken, today, telling me to get in touch with somebody. He's got a lot of love for us still. And I thought it was quite a funny thing, ironic, that I was on my way to.
I think he knows.
Everyone knows, but it's just the way that they don't say anything. But they, and I like it. Head above water, as we say. When your head's above water, people can see you in the sea, and they hopefully will throw you a rope, and they might save your life. So it's a good thing. Can't hold your breath forever. I can't. I've tried it. It's not a big look. I prefer to be breathing above water and doing things with great people, and or at least being noticed by great people whilst we're doing good things.
I think we need to put a lot of clips out of all the stuff we've done together. I will do it. But, thanks to Daryl at the International Radio Festival having you there for years, and then you inviting me. We got to interview Derek May, and my childhood hero for music.
Loads of people. Oh,
the
Guru.
creator of
Guru.
Yeah,
Premier.
Premier,
DJ
like,
Prem.
Like it was just amazing, and I
Yes,
managed to not fanboy out until the very end.
No.
It was incredible, and it was like a privilege to interview.
What are you talking about?
them
You
with
remember
you.
how it worked out?
Yeah.
They rocked up. He rocked up.
He'd missed his flight, hadn't he?
He was in a mess. He was in the middle of Switzerland. The van pulled up. The place that we were, the International
only
Radio
ones.
Festival, at that point only had 5 people working for them. The event was huge. There weren't enough people. There weren't enough bodies.
It's
They
the end of
rocked
the
up.
day.
We're just standing out there because we're like, what are we, like flipping centurions? And he just rocks up and like, wow, all right, it's Premier, hello. He's going, yo, man, what's up? And we basically looked after that guy.
We did.
And then not only that, the people that were going to do the interview with him, they had to stand back because we were doing the interview, and in the end, they filmed our interview. You don't remember, do you?
No. Well, I do remember. It was a real privilege to do it. I think what was even funnier was the year before when we were desperate to get an interview with Derek May, and we had a film crew following us around going, can we film you talking about the festival? And we're like,
I know.
yeah, just in a minute. We need to interview Derek May. We've got this handheld audio recorder, and he's like going to come for 15 minutes before he has to go and fly to Croatia to do some massive festival. And suddenly it dawns on me, oh, can you film us interviewing Derek May?
Is that
and they're like,
goes.
oh yeah, all right, yeah, sure. So amazing. It's always amazing hanging out with you. It's always amazing doing things because it's like
It's that energy,
things
bro.
happen. Things happen. Yeah.
There's that energy.
Yeah.
You know, let's not talk about ADE. Let's not talk about
ADHD.
Let's not. Well, I prefer ADE to ADHD, but they do roll together. But let's not talk about it now. I'm going to say it anyway. We ain't even buzzing, bruv. We're just sitting there. We just got there. We're sitting there. Everyone's flapping around, getting all their accreditation and who's who and who's me and who's who and whatever. And we're sitting there, and Martinez Brothers just rocked by, and I'm like, yo, guys, Martinez Brothers, could you do a little thing for us? Yeah. Oh, yeah, all right, man, yeah. Yes, Martinez Brothers, Hoxton FM, baby. Boom, thank you.
Yeah.
And we're just running around the place.
You got so many people.
Yeah, we did good. We did good. Anyway, enough of that talk. Let's get some music on.
Let's get some music on. Thank you so much for having
I'm
a chat
joking,
with us
I'm
and
joking,
coming
I'm winding
down. And yeah, let's get you into. If we have time at the end, we'll have a bit more of a chat.
Yeah,
But we
no,
can
I'm
always
happy.
We can get you back again, and I would love you to come to Imprint Works
I would
just
love
as
to
my guest. And
I was,
to do some
bro. I
t-shirts.
thought we were going to do that, so I didn't want to get into it just then.
No, like I'm.
I didn't want to
very
get into
happy.
it, but just because
I
I remember
wasn't-
bumping into what's his name.
Don't make me forget his name.
See, live. He's listening as well. That would embarrass the hell out of you.
Louis.
Louis. Yeah, I bumped into him 2 times, not even once.
Yeah,
2 times.
he said you were following him around.
No, hell no. He lives around the corner from
He
me
went, yeah,
by a
yeah.
bit. Yeah, it was. But them kind of things. When the things happen, you have to say there's a reason
Yeah.
why we're walking on the same line there. And the guy's got a facility that is amazing. It's an interesting area that I'm into. Personally, I'd rather get on with my thing as well
Exactly.
because this, I don't want to group it up too much.
Come and we'll do something. I didn't want to like hassle you about it, but you're here to play music now.
Well, am I?
So yes. So please
Bro,
be my guest.
You want to do talk radio? I could stay on that talking.
Yeah, no. We've talked a little bit about a few things that you're doing, but let's hear you play some music.
I haven't done this for years. How the hell do you do that? Is it even on? Yeah.
Nice.
Underground. well-being, and I didn't have an addiction to it. All the things that I wanted when I was craving cocaine, I had that complete experience of peace and well-being, and I didn't have an addiction to it.
So that was almost certainly my problem, my fault. Sorry about that, Normski. I just had to come and get in the way of your mix. But we're going to switch over now. And there we go. Proving it's live. Sorry, my fault.
on in. I've been waiting for you. Come on in. I've been waiting for you. Relax. You know, I got a few things I've been thinking about.
missed along my way. To the part that's in my mind, it must have been. Ooh, it must have been. Can it be that I have missed the possibility to awaken the sense of generality? I gotta know, I got to know now. There will ever be a chance to get to me somehow, someday, before it's over. And I get to find out all I've done is searching, searching. So searching, so searching, so searching, so searching, so searching. Keep on searching till I reach the sky. Keep on trying till I reach the sky. Keep on searching till I reach the sky. Keep on trying till I reach the sky. So searching, so searching, so searching, so searching, so searching, so searching. can do. It's okay to look my way while I dance for you. Maybe I like your eyes to see just what I can do. It's okay to look my way while I dance for you. Maybe I like your eyes to see just what I can do. Maybe I like your eyes to see just what I can do. It's okay to look my way while I dance for you. Maybe I like your eyes to see just what I can do. It's okay to look my way while I dance for you. Maybe I like your eyes to see just what I can do.
tonight we're gonna make it right. Let's have a good time tonight. We're gonna make it right. Let's have a time. Let it go, let it flow, y'all. Let it soar, let it move inside of you. Let it go, let it flow, y'all. Let it soar, let it move inside of you. Let it go, let it flow, y'all. Let it soar, let it move inside of you. Let it go, let it flow, y'all. Let it soar, let it move inside of you. Good time, good time, good time, good time. 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 Dipping and dodging around too much. Make believe. Tonight's your chance to set your mind, your body, and your heart, and your soul free. Tonight's your night to set yourself free and have a good time. Party, y'all.
Isn't it nice when there's not another show on afterwards?
Yeah, it's very nice actually, just to be in your house studio.
Well, pleasure to have you. Come again, and we'll do it again, and we'll have another long chat. But it's been really nice listening to you having a long mix.
Thank you. No, honestly, I came in thinking, we're in a 2-hour show thing, and it was like, no, Norm.
3 hours.
Do what we like show thing, which I really do like the freestyle and do what you like format. I think it works very well.
For sure.
I don't like to be restricted. And
I've noticed.
No, but I mean, it's really nice when you're not getting tapped on the shoulder going, no, we've only got 5 minutes. And you can do what you just let me do, because you do get an opportunity to
express
sort of
yourself.
go around the place,
and your music's sick, man.
Thank you.
Not that I forgot, but it's just really nice to hear you let loose.
It's really nice. It is really nice to be able to let loose. But again, you can only really do this in either in your own controlled environment or in someone else's environment like yourself, who's invited you to do that. And a lot of the industry circumstances are that you sort of can let loose, but it's a night that's this kind of night. Nice. And I'm all right with all of that. I don't know if everyone else is, because I generally don't give an F, and I kind of let loose. And I'm renowned for clearing the floor. Just because I don't mind, because those people want to hear like some weird stuff. And I haven't got it. I don't do that sort of thing. So it's often very nice just to not actually have to be playing for other people, but just be playing for the love of the music, really.
For sure. And you've got a very good taste in music. I don't really care for the stuff you're talking. The stuff you're talking about, I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's like, I think people want stuff to be different for the sake of being different rather than being good. But that's a whole other story.
It's great, isn't it? I'm in a recording studio. It's the whole place has been developed for this, and honestly, when you're playing records, you should really be producing the soundtrack.
Sounds all right in here?
It sounds fantastic in here. I'm not going to lie. I said it at the beginning of the mix that when you got good kit, even though we had a moment on the old digitals that it broke down for a second, it's not a problem because it happens. But these speakers and the warmth and the kind of the whole soundproofness of your room and the vibe is perfect for having a good mix. And you definitely did that. I dug out some UR, some underground resistance. I don't normally get a chance to play stuff like that or mix it in. And when you're freestyling like this, it's really nice because you can go on these kind of journeys and sort of take it up. Go a little bit out there.
Proper DJing.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
But that's I was so lost in all the music and enjoying it that I suddenly, someone in the chat, Andy in the chat, shout out to Andy, he listens every week. He said, what's the name of this track? And I'm like, I should have been writing down all the track
Oh my God,
list.
I forgot about that.
And I've got lazy because my USB stick remembers everything.
Oh, yeah.
And yours doesn't. So we're going to finish now. Okay. We're going to invite you back whenever you want to come back. You're more than welcome.
Brilliant.
And I'm going to make you come to Imprint Works and we'll do some sort of stream of that as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like old times, mate.
Yeah, it really was a bit better, actually. I much prefer this. The toilets, the old-time toilets were never as comfortable. The kitchen, just the sofa. Yeah. It's an evolution. We're in an evolution, aren't we? We're moving on, but,
Yeah, well, it took me 7 years to come back, but like the burnout was real. I'm
not going to start talking about.
We did it for 7 years, literally every single it became every Friday, right? We did a show every single week.
We
for
were
7
on
years.
It weekly. I think I must have probably missed at the most 4 shows, 5 shows.
Yeah,
where we had people cover.
Yeah,
which is
but that was
kind of not a lot out of the.
Insane, really, to do it. But
that's what happens when you've got a bee's nest, and you're the bees and you're in it, and for a time you're serving up honey. I mean, I'm not being funny, but there's a lot of people that were coming through Hoxton FM in the beginning that have been inspired, and a lot of people that were around it have continued to build on what that was then. There's lots of great stations now. Loads.
It's so nice.
No, I'm talking about hundreds of stations, or not hundreds, but there really are a lot. There's a lot of bursaries where people can learn, which is kind of what I'd never forget. What's like, we've got a technical problem, call Dan. You probably have the answer, but actually that was the burnout. And sometimes you need to go, look, do you know what, sort your shit out, I've got to do my own thing, and boom, here you are.
There's a few interns that came through us, and they've started their own stations. They're doing very well.
I bet. Good. Maybe get an invite. Get down there.
They did invite me back, to be fair. I'm happy doing this. I'm very happy doing this.
I'm sure you are.
Once a week, and we've got lots of really cool things. The guys are suggesting amazing stuff in the chat. And
really?
It's not that I haven't tried for those things, but what I'm finding is...
That's good that they're getting ideas, though, from what's happening.
I love
That's the most important thing.
I love it. And they're coming up with the same ideas that I'm having. But when I'm trying to pitch to people, I find people are a little bit, funny, whereas when I'm doing this, we're having guests like you every week and just doing, like, everyone's expressing themselves, being passionate. Suddenly, all these offers start coming through.
I think
there's
a gravitational pull to realness and to you being in a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And other people see that and they want a part of it.
They want a part of it. And we've got lots of cool things coming up, and we're going to keep doing Thursday nights at 7 o'clock. I would love to have you back sometime. We'll work it out.
Yeah,
whenever.
no doubt.
But hopefully you have a great gig in Manchester.
The weekend, yeah.
And catch you soon when it's a bit sunnier.
That's not going to happen unless we go abroad. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably see you before the sun comes out. I think I will actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Forget about that. As you can see, my special glasses I'm wearing aren't sunglasses. They're sports glasses, and they're just designed for keeping stuff from flying into my eyes.
Holding your eyes in.
They're not dark, so no one's going to think I'm some crazy kind of freak guy in the underground.
Cyclist.
Dark sunglasses, yeah. They are my cycling sort of glasses, but they also have a teeny bit of tint at the top. But it's not getting used because there's no sunlight, bro.
Yeah, but I saw you wearing them at Snug, Yama Music's party, when Terry Francis was playing.
That's right, and Big Nicky D, our good friend.
Yeah,
I really ran down there because Nick had messaged me, said he got a chance to warm up for Terry.
I missed his set.
That's okay. I know I saw you there, but it's okay because you can't. This is it. We can't. You showed face, bro. You turned up, and you probably gave a record to Terry, so that was more important to you.
I didn't give him a record. I invited him to come on this show.
And
he said yes.
Oh, of course he will.
So, yeah, we'll get him down.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, pedigree, man. Everyone knows. But it's good though that you got an environment to be able to do that.
Yeah, and it was when I was ready.
Like you say, without having to think, oh, well, can we fit it this time? You could literally just, if someone was in town. You could get him in a car.
100%.
Seth, come over. Just jam in. He'd be like, oh, fuck, man. Plus, he'd probably like it round there, and there's some good food places. Yeah. So that's what it's about now.
Feed him first. That's
I think Bowie said something about that. You know, if you're working for somebody else, you just shouldn't be doing what you're doing. You're supposed to be work for yourself. Don't go out trying to shop yourself to the world. Just make yourself who you are and be really good at it. And trust me, if you are, boom, people start coming at you. You go, no, if you're overselling, like the internet, you know what I mean? Everyone, it's such a joke, man.
Yeah.
But you've got to be up there and you've got to show your head. But sometimes, you know, that can take all of your energy and you get nothing left, you know. And I think you need to save a bit for sure for what you really want to be doing. And so it's very important. And
I think it's the same with music making as well. Just trying to make music that you like or I like. I love.
It's got to be first and foremost.
Yeah, you make all those.
I mean, unless you get a commission. Someone says to you, like, we want you to do a soundtrack for this short film I'm making. Brilliant. Okay, so I watch the film, be inspired by the film, do the soundtrack. Yeah. That makes sense. Then again, you might have a track that you did, and someone hear the track and go, mate, can I use the track for my film? It's completely inspired me, and I've actually shot a whole film around that music. So creativity is something I think it's built for sharing, but I do think you do have to start. You know,
on your own.
You have to start on your own, and then you have to build up, you know, who you are.
Definitely.
And then when you've knackered that out and crunched it down, it's time for reinvention.
Yeah.
And do it again.
Yeah.
And here we are.
For sure. 2025, big year.
Hey, nearly over as well. Hey, it's not bad. All right.
Nice one. Thank
big
you
love.
So much.
Honestly, a pleasure.
Catch you again soon.
Yeah, no doubt. Peace.
You're listening